Okay, we're going to go ahead and do a basic form. This is going to, we're going to play with forms a bit, and when we start JavaScript. So what you want to start with is a basic grid, and here's my CSS. If you want to pause and take a look at it, just how my everything's sectioned out, and I use obnoxious colors so I can tell which grid goes, where to place my grid boxes. I also increased the grid gap to 50 pixels, and you can see more obviously gap between these two. So it ends up looking, similar to this right here. So let's go ahead and start with the form. So I'm going to put the form, this is my section 3. So I'm going to put the form in section 3. So let me go ahead and give myself some room. And I'm going to go form. I'm going to go ahead and put this back. So next is you want to label, and it's just simply called label. And it gives you an end tag. So I'm just going to call this form. If I spell it correctly. Let's reload. So form. I also added some padding in this section so you can kind of see, so it's laid out a little bit better. Next up are your form inputs. So I'm going to label input, and you do not need an end tag, but you see how it says hit form, and then you can click in the box right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a break. Add a couple of breaks. There, that's better. And one of the things you can do is you can label what you want your user to input. So name, and I'm going to copy this a couple of times. I'm going to add a break. So let me add a break and then copy. Name, and I'm going to put address. And for this one, I'm going to put email. Let me bring that form tag up a bit. And it looks something like this. Now you see how it's all wonky? Let's take a look real quick. So it looks pretty good, but it's uneven. So I'm not really a fan of this unevenness. So there's kind of a cooler way to do this and get it done. So within the input, you type placeholder equals quote, and then you put name. And it puts that inside of this box, and when you click, you can just put the name in there, like that. And it keeps everything lined up, really looking nice. What I did is I just changed all the inputs right here. So there are different types of emails. You can do radio buttons, or I'm sorry, different types of form boxes. You can do radio buttons. You can do numbers, which you can increase and decrease a number. But we're not really going to mess with this. We're going to keep it practical. So once you have the placeholder in, you want to put type equals quote text. And you're going to want that for street number and street name. Now, one for email that you're going to want, because sometimes people forget this, is you put email and let's say they put data in and they click into a different box. If you hover over it, it'll say, please include, the @ symbol, and that happens sometimes. Now, there are ways to change things color once you hit the button, but that's more JavaScript. And one missing piece is your submit button. So it's just button, click here, and there's your button. And it looks all generic and stuff like that, so the next video we're going to take a look at how to style the button.